A cruise missile submarine is a submarine that launches cruise missiles, SLCMs, as its primary armament. Cruise missile and dedicated anti-ship missiles greatly enhance a vessel's ability to attack surface combatants. Torpedoes are a more stealthy option, but missiles give a much longer standoff range, as well as the ability to engage multiple targets on different headings at the same time. Many cruise missile submarines retain the capability to deploy nuclear warheads on their missiles, but they are considered distinct from ballistic missile submarines due to the substantial differences between the two weapons systems' characteristics. Originally, early designs of cruise missile submarines had to surface to launch their missiles, while later designs could do so underwater via dedicated vertical launching system, VLS, tubes. Many modern attack submarines can launch cruise missiles and dedicated anti-ship missiles from their torpedo tubes, while some designs also incorporate a small number of VLS canisters, giving some significant overlap between cruise missile submarines and traditional attack submarines. Nonetheless, vessels classified as attack submarines still use torpedoes as their main armament and have a more multi-role mission profile due to their greater speed and maneuverability, in contrast to cruise missile submarines, which are typically larger, slower boats focused on the long-distance surface strike role. The United States Navy's hull classification symbols for cruise missile submarines are SSG and SSGN. The SS denotes submarine, the G denotes guided missile, and the N denotes that the submarine is nuclear-powered. U.S. Navy. The U.S. Navy's first cruise missile submarines were developed in the early 1950s to carry the SSMN-8 Regulus missile. The first of these was a converted World War II Arigato-class submarine, USS Tunney, which was fitted with a hangar capable of carrying a pair of Regulus missiles. Tunney was used as a test bed for developing techniques of use for the missile system, before a second boat, USS Barbaro, was subsequently converted. From 1957, these two boats undertook the first nuclear deterrent patrols. Subsequently, two larger diesel submarines of the Greyback class were purpose-built for the carriage of the Regulus missile, with each capable of accommodating up to 4 missiles, while a further boat, the nuclear-powered USS Halibut, could carry up to 5 missiles. Between September 1959 and July 1964, the 5 Regulus missile boats undertook deterrent patrols in the Pacific Ocean, in concert with the newly commissioned George Washington-class ballistic missile submarines, SSBN, in the Atlantic, until sufficient SSBNs were in service to replace them. From 2002 to 2008, the U.S. Navy modified the 4 oldest Ohio-class submarines, Ohio, Michigan, Florida, and Georgia, into SSGNs. The conversion was achieved by installing vertical launching systems, VLS, in a multiple all-up-round canister, MAC, configuration in 22 of the 24 missile tubes, replacing 1 Trident missile with 7 smaller Tomahawk cruise missiles. The 2 remaining tubes were converted to lockout chambers for use by Special Forces personnel. This gave each converted submarine the capability to carry up to 154 Tomahawks. The large diameter tubes can also be modified to carry and launch other payloads, such as UAVs or UUVs, although these capabilities have not yet been fully implemented. In addition to generating a significant increase in standoff strike capabilities, this conversion also counts as an arms reduction towards the START II treaty, because it reduces the number of nuclear weapons that are forward deployed. USS Florida, SSGN 728, launched cruise missiles against Libyan targets as part of Operation Odyssey Dawn in March 2011. Soviet Navy/Russian Navy. The Soviet Navy, and its successor, the Russian Navy, is operated the following classes of cruise missile submarine. These are NATO reporting names. Whiskey class, SSG, Whiskey single cylinder, Whiskey twin cylinder, Whiskey long bin variants, out of service. Juliet class, SSG, out of service. Echo class, SSGN, Echo I and Echo II variants, out of service. Papa class, SSGN, out of service. Charlie class, SSGN, out of service. Oscar class, SSGN, these carry the P-700 Granit, P-800 Onyx long-range anti-ship missile or Calibre long-range land attack missile. Yazan class, SSGN, equipped with Calibre N/ or P-800 Onyx missiles. The Whiskey variants and Echo I cruise missile submarines deployed with a nuclear land attack version of the P-5 Piatti Orca, SSN-3 Shattuck, from the late 1950s to 1964, concurrently with the U.S. Regulus Force, until the Strategic Land Attack Mission was transferred entirely to the SSBN Force. Along with the Juliets and Echo IIS, these continued as SSGs or SSGNs with an anti-ship variant of the P-5 until circa 1990. The Echo-Is were an exception. They could not accommodate the anti-ship targeting radar and served as SSNs after the land attack missiles were withdrawn.
Please subscribe and thanks for watching.